many people are a bit vague or don't really know where China is. Let's look at our beautiful blue planet, the Earth. There are 2 large land mass and 5 oceans. Let's look at the Eurasian land mass, where the European countries call the West lies on the left-hand side of this land mass. Then of course there is the Middle East and Central Asia in the middle. On the far right is so-called Far East, which besides China also include the Korean Peninsula as well as Japan. Let's not forget the large African continent to the south of the European countries, the inverted triangular-shaped Indian subcontinent, and the group of tropical countries of Southeast Asia. I often identify the coastline of China like a beer belly with the Korean Peninsula sticking out in the north into a group of large islands shaped like a banana. 2 distinctive large Chinese territories off the coast of this beer belly is the oblong-shaped island famously known as Taiwan, just 100 miles off its coast, and the blob-shaped large island of Hainan, declared in 2022 as China's new economic zone. Of course, let's not forget the peace-sized Pearl of the Orient at the mouth of the Pearl River Delta, Hong Kong.
Where is China Part 2? Where is China in relation to the Americas? Both China and North America are in the Northern Hemisphere, so this is where we'll concentrate. From the coast of California, you will need to look left or west across the 540 miles or 8,700 kilometers of Pacific Ocean to reach the next country, the banana-shaped group of large islands of Japan. The Pacific Ocean mass covers 46% of the blue planet Earth. It nearly spans over half the planet itself. Whilst crossing the Pacific Ocean, you will come across the small group of the Hawaii Islands almost midway between America and Japan. Further right west and south of Japan is the beer belly coastline of China. And of course you won't miss the oblong-shaped large island of Taiwan, just 100 miles off the coast of China. Apparently you can see land across the Strait of Taiwan to the China mainland. I have heard it being mistaken the blob-shaped island of Hainan to the south as Taiwan. So now you know. Of course, not to forget between Hainan and Taiwan is the infamously known pea-sized island of Hong Kong at the mouth of the Pearl River from mainland China. Where is China Part 3 borders? China has nearly 13,400 miles of border with 14 countries. Figures varies depend on sources, so these are approximate data only to give an idea with regard to its connection with its neighbors. From the northeast coast of China, it borders North Korea for approximately 880 miles. Russia and Mongolia for nearly 3,000 miles each, and 3 countries in Central Asia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. It has a short narrow border with Afghanistan and border for over 2,000 miles with India. It then borders with Nepal and Bhutan before meeting Myanmar for well over 1,000 miles. Before ending with Laos and Vietnam in the southern provinces of Guangxi and Yunnan. China has just over 9,000 miles of coastline, ranking 6th in the world after Canada, Norway, Indonesia, Russia, and the US, respectively. Its coastline is outlet to 3 longest rivers in the world, the Pearl River in the south, with Hong Kong at its mouth, the Yangtze River exiting at Shanghai. Midway up is where the infamous Three Gorges Dam completed in 2003 with 1.4 million people relocated. Further north flows the Huanghe, better known as the Yellow River, with no less than 12 hydropower stations built since 1960. Off coast it has only 2 neighbors, South Korea and Japan in the north. Whilst the remaining coastline faces the North Pacific Ocean, meeting midway with the Hawaii Islands. Before reaching the Californian coast more than 10,000 kilometers, or nearly 7,000 miles away.